everything I'm wearing on my face is from one brand, ʟΣoฉิ่, which is a super affordable one as well. Hi guys, it's Magali. If it's your first time on my channel, then welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I make fairly regular videos on beauty, fashion, travel and lifestyle, as well as some other topics. So if you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button below this video and subscribe so that you never miss out on future content. I just like wearing very light, very simple makeup, and I really enjoy doing reviews. This is my first ever full face off review video. I have picked products up from this brand called ʟΣo噚. Now this is kind of a new brand, but you probably heard of Sugar Cosmetics. They do really amazing makeup, but it's on the mid to high end side. So they've come up with this brand, which is a very affordable brand. My own everyday makeup bag is a mix of affordable products, mid-range products, and very few high-end things. But I thought, why not create more content around affordable makeup, because I think that's something that makes it more accessible to many more people, and I really wanted to see what was out there and what you could get even if you didn't have a very big budget to spend on makeup. I have 8 products in today's video, all of which are between the prices of 119 to 299 rupees. I'm gonna go over each product as I put them on, tell you guys exactly what I like and what I don't like. I've also partnered with Amazon to create this video, so all of the products that I talk about are going to be listed in the description box below and on my Amazon storefront. I always buy all of my beauty products, fashion needs, household needs from Amazon. What was even better about buying this stuff on Amazon was that I got discounts over and above these really affordable prices. On some of the products I got like an additional 10% off, and there were discounts on basically everything. Check that out because you can save a lot of money. So one thing that impressed me about ʟΣo𝖻ğ, they have a pretty good range of products. I actually have everything I need to build a full face of makeup. A couple of things that you may find missing are that they don't have eyeshadows and that they don't seem to have any cheek product as well. I couldn't find any blush or bronzer. I barely ever use eyeshadow, and we can skip blush or bronzer. Everything else is there. I realized a little bit late that ʟΣo𝖻ğ does have a primer available, but it's a little bit more expensive than all of these other products that I'm going to show you. Still affordable though. I didn't get it, so we're going to skip that and jump directly into base. I'm using their SPF 30 BB cream. This is available in 3 shades, which I found really disappointing to be honest, and I'm using the darkest shade, number 3, Honey. So when I swatched this at the back of my hand, I took out a little too much product. It's really runny, so you actually have to be very careful with how much you remove from the tube. It just looked way too light for me, you know. I thought there's no way that this is going to work, but I said let me just try it anyway because there's no harm in trying things. I am going to blend it in with a brush. This one I'm using is from Real Techniques. I found that you have to be a little bit patient with this base product because it's so wet. So you need to just work it in a little bit. When I go over with like blending it in the first time, you will still see some streaks on my face being left by the brush. Still looks extremely light for my face, but I'm just gonna sit with this for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. I'm back, and all I've done in the last 3 minutes or so is sat with my base on, nothing else. And you can see that it does kind of blend with the natural skin tone a little more. Just a little earlier it was looking much too light for me, but now I think it looks pretty good. It does give a little bit of a glowy finish, which I love. I would say light to medium coverage. It evens things out a little bit. You can still see like my marks and stuff, and a little bit of under eye darkness is visible, but this is more than enough for me. I really ended up liking this BB cream a lot, more than I expected. I was actually showing it off on Instagram stories the other day. I think it looked beautiful, you know. And now the next product that we're going to go in with is the Long Wear Compact in the shade number 3, Honey. So the colors on this basically correspond to the BB creams itself, just 3 shades. I think it's really very disappointing that it's 2022 and brands in India are doing just 3 shades, and there's no excuse for them to be like this, you know. They provide you with this sponge, which is good enough, but I did find that the powder itself is just really solid, really firm, and kind of dry. Like, I know powder should be dry, but you find some really nice, like, satiny soft ones, and this I have to work to get it onto the sponge, you know. I'm not going to apply it all over my face, it's just not necessary. I like a little bit of glow. You can just use this to lightly mattify some areas. It's not really giving any coverage or anything. I've seen better, and I think it's just good to keep in your bag, especially if you are like oily skinned. Maybe you could carry this with you for a touch up in a few hours time. You can do it anywhere. Let's chat about the Sugar Pop Classic Nail Lacquer. This is actually available in 21 shades, and the one that I bought is called Chocolate Treat. You expect brown, it is more of a dusty pink. I have a very similar shade from OPI, which I wear a lot, and OPI is several times more expensive, so it was fun to try this much more affordable polish. It is a fantastic formula for the price. It does apply very smoothly and it's easy to work with. You guys are seeing just the first coat, but I did apply a second coat afterwards. It was like creamy with a very glossy finish. I didn't put any top coat or anything on top because I wanted to test the polish, and also because I'm lazy. So I wore it like that for 4 days. During that time, I did a lot of work. I used my hands a lot. There was absolutely no chips, but it wasn't as glossy as before. And on a couple of nails, like my right and index finger, I had some tip wear. So all I did is applied another coat, and I think it looks great. Now I think it's time we move on to eye makeup. They do have a kajal as well, a colored one, but I don't wear kajal, so I didn't purchase that. I got their waterproof eyeliner, which is a felt tip eyeliner. I love black eyeliner, but most of the time I use liquid one with a soft brush. This type of felt tip eyeliner is supposed to be really great if you're a beginner, because it's similar to just using a sketch pen for your eyes. It requires a bit of a firmer hand. Compared to liquid eyeliner, you need a light hand for that. For this, you do need that little bit more pressure. But it's pretty easy to draw the line and then fill it in. Not bad, right? Just done with eyeliner, and as you can see, I went for a slightly bolder look. I don't think it's fully dry yet, so I'm still kind of keeping my eyes down because I don't want it to transfer onto my lid. While it does claim to be waterproof, I do not think it's fully waterproof. It's fairly water resistant, and once it dries it will turn more matte, but if you directly get water on it or get wet in the rain, you might see some transfer or something like that. It does remove fairly easily, so that's something that I like, because I don't like waterproof makeup to be so long wearing that you need to struggle with removing it at the end of the day. Onto the volumizing mascara. This one does claim to be water resistant, but it doesn't make any claims of being waterproof. I genuinely prefer non-waterproof mascaras. As I just stated, a waterproof mascara is usually just not worth the extra effort you have to take to remove it. It's your eye area, it's delicate, and having to go in with multiple products or scrub that area is not something that I prefer. I did really like the brush, nice and big. A good trick for making your mascara applications non-messy is to always look down while applying it, like look in a mirror underneath. It helps. This is a new tube. It's very wet, which makes it even more likely to get all over the place. Mascara is best to work with once it starts getting slightly drier, you know, once you've used it a little bit. Pleasantly surprised me with its performance, but it's really great, like casual, daytime, everyday kind of mascara. You don't always want those super fluttery, dramatic lashes. You just want a little bit of enhancement, and this does it for sure. Final step of eye makeup, we're going in with the brow shaper. For me, doing my brows is something very important if I do my makeup. The shade I have is Walnut, and I couldn't figure out if there are any more shades, but this one's really nice. It's sort of a darker grey brown. You never want your brow product to be black, it should always be brown, and this one does look quite natural and hair-like. It's firm and it's really easy to get that desired effect. This is two-sided, of course, so after I'm done applying the product, I'm gonna go in with the spoolie brush. It helps the color blend in and your brow ends up looking much more natural. It's really nice, and this may end up being like my staple brow product going forward, like in my makeup routine. I think lipsticks are some of the most used makeup products, even if you don't do your base and stuff like that. Everyone likes having a little bit of color on their lips. They have two ranges of lip colors. They do have the matte lipstick that comes in a regular tube, and then they have the matte lip color, which is a liquid lipstick. So I'm going to show you guys both of them. Sugar Pop does also have lip kits where you get a combo of their lip balm and liquid lipstick at a really amazing price. I'll start with the matte lipstick. I have the shade number 4 Caramel. The shade's mostly a peachy orange with hints of brown, and I think it's a really beautiful nude for Indian skin tones. It goes on somewhat creamy. You want to make sure your lips are not dry when you apply matte lip color, because otherwise it's going to get uncomfortable later on. I think I'm just going to do my hair. Just added some waves to my hair, and here's the finished look. What do you guys think? Now it's time for our lip product change. This is the long-lasting matte lip color in liquid form. The shade I'm using is number 2 Mauve. I do not think this looks like a mauve. I think it's too pink for that. It's more like of a deeper raspberry, and it's really beautiful. I was dreading using this one because I used to really hate liquid mattes. I found them very drying and I just started avoiding them altogether. But I actually wore this and went to an event. I went in really humid weather. It was air conditioned inside. I had chai and then I had pretty heavy snacks, and it stayed on throughout it all. It never made me feel uncomfortable. In fact, I could barely feel like there was anything on my lips. I'm a very lazy person, so you know, any product that I can put on and then like forget about, not have to touch up, I'm an instant fan. I'm really happy I did this because while there were some products I didn't really end up liking, such as this powder compact, there were some products that really surprised me. The BB cream is nice. Some standout products like the nail polish, brow shaper, mascara, and the liquid matte lipstick that I'm absolutely sure I'll be using very regularly, and I'll probably repurchase in the future as well. That's the end of today's video. Remember that all products are listed in the description bar below and also available on my Amazon storefront. What do you guys think of this video format? Do you like it? If you have any feedback for me, also anything constructive, please let me know. If you have any suggestions for what brand I should do next, let me know that as well. Let's chat in the comments. I'll see you guys next time.